Hey everyone, this is a little walkthrough video of the CharacterStrong on-demand professional development product. This is our web-based platform, and you'll notice on the left-hand side is some different options. Depending on a school's permissions is what shows up on the left-hand side. It includes some different curriculum that we have K through 12, but there's also an option for on-demand PD. When I click on the on-demand PD, the first thing that shows up are three main tabs. One is courses. That's where our main courses are included. There's also a Whole Child Summit tab, and I'll talk about that in a moment. That is some bite-sized PD from different experts around the country. And then there's a submit feedback button where anybody can make recommendations and or submit feedback ongoing, as we hope that this is a living product that we are adding to frequently during the year, so that schools continue to engage in and use this as a valuable resource for their certified and classified staff. When I click on courses, here are the different courses that come up. The first one is the CharacterStrong Culture course. It has our year one professional development model that myself and Houston Kraft, as co-founders of CharacterStrong, have put together. 11 different modules that take a staff, an entire staff, through what we call the circles of culture, which are clarity, competence, and consistency. In the clarity section, we're going to talk about the why of the work, as well as connect educators to their own why. In the competence section, we're going to talk about what it is that we're actually teaching and doing and how to do it. And it needs to be in a low burden format, something that is actually doable for staff. And then in the consistency circle, we're going to bring it all around to the key to all of this, which is the adults. It's the adult relational practices, the adult behavior change that is needed, because the number one way we're going to teach it is to role model it. In our year one course, here's an example of module 3, clarity, the why. It has a brief paragraph description, as well as the video that you can click right into and or expand. Most of these are 10 minutes or less. You can click on it. This one I think is myself. One of the objectives for this training is that you could explain with evidence why focusing on the whole child. With each of these is also a worksheet for processing that you can use with your staff. And then we've also curated different resources that might connect to this module. So if we've done a blog at CharacterStrong or had a guest blog done, we've put it into this module. If we've done a podcast that connects in any way to this topic, we've included it for extended learning opportunities. And then if there's been a past webinar, we will also include it. So each one of these modules, usually about 10 minutes or less, are there to take your staff through the year one CharacterStrong school culture model. We also partnered with Dr. Clayton Cook from the University of Minnesota. And probably the most popular course right now in the on-demand PD is the Stress, Coping, and Resiliency course for educators. This is the adult SEL course. So many know right now that we got to start with the adults. What about the adult social emotional learning? This is an actual university course that Dr. Cook has put together, is being taught at the university level, and he has pulled it together here in an 11 module course on stress, coping, and resiliency skills. When you click into it, these are usually 30 minutes or less. It has a brief description of it. Dr. Cook has done a screen share where he's taking educators through this. Both classified and certified staff have been going through this course. Even districts are using it district-wide as an asynchronous learning option for the adults in the district. There's also a guided notes option for processing that is there. You'll also see some different courses that Dr. Cook has put together. One is on student behavior, thinking functionally about it, the science of human behavior, pathway charting behavior, setting event strategies, antecedent strategies, teaching strategies, consequence strategies, as well as bringing it all together. So we really look at that behavior side of the house that connects to the school culture and climate, that connects to the whole child work that is so needed. There is a course, 5 modules, on the evidence-based practice of EMR, or establish, maintain, restore relationships. There is one on using the prompt method, which is also an evidence-based strategy a progressive response to low-level behavior in 7 different steps that you can go through. There's also a course on creating safe and nurturing learning environments. 3-module course with an overview that Dr. Cook has put together. And then our most recent course is on MTSS. Dr. Cook is an expert on multi-tiered systems of support. We know that foundationally Tier 1 is critical, but how do we move from Tier 1 to Tier 2, Tier 2 to Tier 3? And even understanding that right now, Tier 2 and Tier 3 are Tier 1. And so he takes us through this MTSS course. And then also we're very excited to be hosting our Whole Child virtual summit that we did in April. All of our different presenters, their bite-sized PD, their individual courses are included here. That's everybody from Dr. Angela Duckworth, who is talking on getting to what matters. It has a little overview besides a biography. And then beneath it, we've pulled out a synopsis of their talk. So people really like this where they can see the main points. There's also a downloadable worksheet that is there. We had all sorts of amazing presenters, from authors to researchers to speakers to principals, educators. Dr. Michelle Borba, author John Gordon. Dr. Michelle Borba, I love this. She's been on the Today Show over 150 times. That's quite the stat. But she's an expert on empathy, and so she speaks to how to fight for empathy for our children. Her presentation is there, as well as the synopsis and processing worksheet. Principal Todd Neslony, consultants, we had all sorts of, from Aaron Jones and Diana Patton, who speak on empathy. Parvati Shallow, who won the TV show Survivor and had an amazing presentation. Speaker Scott Bakovich, as well as many different principals. The 2018 National Principal of the Year, Dr. Akil Ross, Dr. Amy Fast, Beth Huff, Dr. Danny Steele, David Guerin, so many different amazing presenters, professors, Dr. Clayton Cook, as well as Dr. Jamil Zaki from Stanford, as well as some different teachers that were a part of this as well. These are the different things that are included. We also plan on adding more. The next 3 courses over this next month that are going to be added, there's going to be one on trauma-informed practices. There's going to be one on implementation science for your teams that are leading this work, as well as one that is just designed for classified staff. So we hope that during the year we continue to add value, continue to add options for asynchronous learning. If you have any questions on this product or how we could do a bundling situation for your district where you bring multiple schools together, it is a site-based license, but there are bundling options. Feel free to email us, info@characterstrong.com, or you can go right to our website, characterstrong.com, for more information. Thank you.